Hey there, everyone. I'm Chris Edwards, and because I don't normally do videos, I wanted to hop on here and put a face with a name. Now, I am not super comfortable doing a recording, but I wanted to just hop on here again, not only to put a face with a name, but I thought that maybe I could share just a little bit about my story, my journey to how I got here, where I am today. And it started more than 20 years ago. I had spent, oh, well over 20 years as a human resources professional. Started out in an entry level role, moving through the ranks, generalist, manager, director, executive. Um, and on paper, I had it all. I had the title, the seat at the table. I was successful. Um, but here's what nobody saw. I was rewriting emails three, four, a dozen times, if we're being entirely honest, before hitting send. I rehearsed conversations in my head before walking into rooms that I was more than qualified to lead in. I braced every single day. I was successful on the outside, but losing myself on the inside. And then one night, exhausted, because I was juggling all of my executive duties as well as I was still providing mental health counseling in the evenings and on the weekends. And so I remember the night like it was yesterday, only I remember sitting down at my computer. I was exhausted, and there was an email that had landed in my inbox, and it was for a free tapping course. Now, I had used tapping years ago in my own healing journey, but somehow I had forgotten about it. So that email felt like a whisper, like a lifeline. And so I tapped. And for the first time in a long, long time, I took in a full breath. I didn't have to get louder. I got grounded. And then I stopped over explaining. I stopped shrinking. I stopped saying no without this huge apology for doing so. And that was why I created Bracing to Breathing. And Bracing to Breathing is a tapping intensive for high achieving women, because you don't need to fight harder or perform better. You need to get grounded and come home to yourself. But anyway, if that story, I could go on forever about all of that. If that story feels familiar to you, then I would love to pour you a cup, so to speak, right? So I am hosting a space. I am holding a space for you, for everyone, on Substack, and it's called Coffee with Chris. And these are just short sips. They're not lectures. It's not a lot of, some posts are longer than others. Some recordings are longer than others, but I try to keep everything in little bite-sized pieces. Maybe a tapping script or a somatic practice or a grounding practice or something. Small, bite-sized, things that you can fit into a workday. Because coming home to yourself doesn't happen all at once. It happens one breath at a time, one sip at a time, one small permission at a time. So I invite you to grab your cup of coffee or tea or water, whatever it is, but come and join me. That chair across the table for me is open, and I would love to see you there. So head over to Substack, Coffee with Chris. Small bites, I promise, and I will see you there.